What's up, guys? Welcome to Rice and Beans. We are back in the house, and tonight's a very today actually is going to be a really kick-ass show. This is going to be our drunk show. Big O, Mr. Mix-It in the house. What's up, guys?
What's up?
Oh man, I've been looking forward to this one for since we booked Mix-It 3 weeks ago. This is going to be fucking awesome. We are going to get shit-faced. And not only that, but we have a professional. We have a professional ensuring that we are going to be said shit-faced.
Absolutely.
I'll do my best to keep up.
Just keep the beers. Just keep cracking the beers. Just keep going. Just keep chugging.
Just keep chugging.
We got some good stuff lined up that'll help you do that. So you guys at home, if you want to play along, we're gonna play some random trivia. We're gonna do some drunk Shakespeare in the park down towards the end, but we're gonna be all wasted by then. So we got a lot of interactive stuff that you guys can do to get drunk at home. And with California going into its lockdown starting Sunday night, you fuckers are going to need something to do. I mean, you're going to have to sit there and deal with your families at home. You're going to want to do that sober? I don't think so. So, Mix-It, what's been going on with you since the last time you've been in?
Oh, man, a whole lot of work, especially with lockdowns and everything going. The restaurants are very busy, so it keeps all of us very busy. Both boys are crazy big now, and that takes up most of my time. Brand new dog. I've had him for a few months now. And it's between 3 kids, 1 dog, 80 hours or 60 hours of work. That's about all I got time for. And drinking. I always squeeze that in. You always make time for the important stuff.
Right. If it counts, you got to carve out time for
That's
it.
Right. So no excuses.
How much of your stuff has the new dog chewed up?
How much time you got? Shoes, to all the toys. Let's see. He's chewed my daughter's AirPod 2 days ago.
Ouch.
So that was an expensive one. Anything that's left on the floor, clothes, blankets, he destroyed. He actually ate a pair of my wife's sandals and threw them up in a fucking chunk on the rug. And it was the craziest thing. It looks like what the material looks like in a pile. And it's basically we're not paying enough attention to him the night of. We went out and we came back and the house was destroyed, so we just kind of just swept that under the rug, whatever was already broken up. And he then was the sandals, blanket, shirt that we wore that day. Wow. Pissed on the living room floor.
You come back home, he's like, "Hey, I'm glad you're back. Somebody took a massive shit on your bed."
I don't know who did that. Mostly work though. It's crazy, man. People don't give a shit. They don't seem to understand. Especially where I work, we don't do a lot of takeout, and the restaurant's an expensive one, and they could care less that there's food's taking longer or whatever. And my wife works at a very popular barbecue chain, so she just gets the scum of the fucking earth who have no sense of social filter whatsoever. And and just pissed at everything. Everything's not perfect, and very impatient people. So it's been a challenge being in this industry during this time. A lot of people jumping ship, bailing out. But you're in front of a lot of people too, so you got a lot of people coughing around, walking around the building. You're serving people that don't have masks on, and it's always that uncertainty set. But you make it through. It's still a paycheck, so I'm happy to do it.
Oh, that's good. That's good. And at least you guys are staying safe out there. And, when we've gone to, I drive DoorDash and Postmates sometimes. And so Cookie and I actually, we're out and we went live on our social media while I was delivering DoorDash, and going in there. It's there's a lot of people that, the majority of the people have masks on, but then I've walked into a few places, I won't say where, but I saw a couple people that were working the food line that didn't have masks on, and so I was like, right away. I like doused myself in like hand sanitizer as soon as I got back to the car.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I'm so glad I'm not eating from there. So I get back home and I tell Fuckjacker, do not order like DoorDash or Uber Eats from this fucking place.
Chinese, right?
Blacklisted.
All lists matter.
Do not fly.
Big O, what about you? What's the story out in AZ with all with the pandemic? Is it lockdowns or anything like that, or?
So right now, our great Governor Ducey, is just saying, "Fuck everybody. We're just going to do what we want." That's in so many words. Basically, people are not being adults. If you're not going to be an adult, then what's the government going to do to make you be an adult? There's nothing that we can do, and that's the standpoint that they're taking. Yeah, there's going to be some restrictions, but they're also going to allow for restaurants to make buildings outside of the restaurant and allow people to sit out there in open areas, 6 foot apart, well ventilation, and all you have to do is make sure you're wearing a mask. We can't seem to get a hold of this as a society for everyone to wear a mask to make sure that this passes until we can get the necessary vaccines out there. So they're just saying, fuck, if you want to get sick and almost die, go get sick and almost die. There's nothing we can do to stop it. And the reason for that is partly because of the restaurant industry and everybody else is getting a big hit from this. They're just trying to make sure that people are still trying to be safe, still trying to make money, and so that we don't have collapse as a society around AZ right now.
Yeah, and it unfortunately just we had talked about it earlier in the season, and then even when last season when the pandemic started, it was just like, everybody just chills out for a while. Like everybody's always bitching, like they never have me time, they never have time to sit there and relax. Blah blah blah. Okay, now you got time. Like fucking now you're bitching that you want to be back out of the house. It's like make up your fucking mind.
We're social people. Everybody has to rub elbows. Everyone has to talk to each other. Everyone has to hug each other, kiss each other, do whatever the hell they want. But you know what? For the longest time, I've been sitting in this house, my house, relaxing, doing nothing, not wanting to see a goddamn face out there because they piss me off all the time. And you know what? This is perfect for me, so I don't give a fuck. And if everybody else wants to get sick, well, let them get sick, man. And that doesn't have anything to do with work and anything else that I do. That's a different story altogether. As far as my personality goes and my home life, I'm going to be at home. I'm not going to go out there and get sick. If you want to go out there and, start making out, go to these rave parties and get COVID all up in your ass and then be on your deathbed, that's your choice. You know what? It makes my life easier because there's less of you out there.
True story. So we got other stuff going on happening in the world too. We got it seems like it's more bad news. He had another celebrity pass recently.
David Lander, Squiggy from Laverne and Shirley has passed, 73 years old. That was out today on Facebook. The fuck?
Prime of his life.
73 is the new 55. What can you say? Yeah, I used to love watching him growing up sick at home from school,
I remember seeing the Laverne and Shirley show, and then years later I was watching this what movie was it? A League of Their Own with like Tom Hanks and Gina Davis,
yeah.
And he is one of the announcers, and I'm like, where do I know that fucking guy from? And I'm like thinking, and then Cookie's like, oh, that's fucking Squiggy from Laverne and Shirley. I was like, oh shit. So
he was in that movie Used Cars with Kirk Douglas, circa 1978, I think it was 1980, somewhere around there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah. I mean, it's funny to see like somebody like that that's in like in a bunch of movies where you've seen them before, their face, but you're still sometimes like, who the fuck is that guy?
Yeah, sorry to see him pass. He was a great actor and formidable adversary out there with his singers.
Well, they go in 3, so it'll be interesting to see how the rest of the week goes and which celebrity.
Donald Trump.
Fingers crossed. All right, so being that it's looking like more and more we're gonna have to be staying home and staying indoors, we figured we'd give you guys some indoor activities to do, and we've asked Mr. Mix to come along and help us add the the right beverages for these indoor activities. So today he's going to be making 3 different drinks. One fairly easy, and then they're going to get a little bit more complex from there. The last one you might want to have somebody do it or hire him to come and do it for you. I don't know. reach out to us on the show, on the site. Get at us at on social media. Let us know if it's the kind of thing you'd be interested in. So Mix It. What do you got first for us?
All right, so a couple easy, 2 relatively easy drinks. One, it's a lot of work, but we'll put recipes up for your, your social media, everything else, website, and you guys can follow it along. This first one's really straightforward. Something you kind of drink coming home from work, long day at work. Really easy to make. Keep it. You buy. I'm working with bigger bottles today, but if you buy, small cans of Schweppes or Canada Dry, you can make these. Keep it cold and it'll last. All right, the first one is a really basic drink. It's kind of like. Oh, sorry. Well, let me just kind of go backwards a little bit. So all the drinks we're using are going to be Scotch-based, right? The comic is Ron White.
Yep. Yes. Spotlight comedian is Ron White.
Ron White. So, I always thought that it was a good bit. Like, he pulls out his flask and he mixes it with his water. He says, yeah, it's a kit. And so he's drinking Scotch probably. So Scotch and water is like the highball. And you hear that word like used a lot, but really all that is Scotch and soda, nothing else. Maybe a piece of fruit. That's a highball. Everything else, and now it's turned into everything that has 2 ingredients, one with some bubbles in it, right, as a highball. So a vodka soda and anything else like that. This is kind of like that, but we're going to split the difference between club soda and ginger ale. And use ginger ale, not beer. It's too spicy. So Justerini and Brooks, Dewar's, Cuddy Sark. Actually, if you want to spend a little more, Black Label or Red Label even, those are good like mixing scotches. It's blended. Like all this stuff is blended. We're not going to use any single malt because it's like a waste unless you're making a really expensive cocktail. So just put like a shot, however much you want, a bigger shot. And drop in just, if you have cocktail bitters, Angostura, the little shitty bottle on the white paper, you can't miss it. And every market's got it. And it's basically just a bunch of herbs and spices, cinnamon. This one in particular is allspice is a big one in this one. And it's just macerated or soaked with booze, and they put it in a bottle and you use it as like imagine your spices.
Sounds salt, like a nice life. Just fucking soaked in alcohol and just got to sit there. And
I've always wondered about bitters.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's just a concentrated flavor. Shit. All right, so we got about 2 ounces there. And you can kind of eyeball this guy, however strong or weak you like it. And the more you drink it, the more you'll come to learn what you want to mix it. Also, this goes with everything. Ginger ale and rye whiskey is awesome. It actually goes with gin very well. Vodka, rum and ginger is a great like pairing. So you really can drink anything with this.
What's your personal favorite pairing wise?
I would do Scotch. Yeah, Scotch is good. If I'm doing straight ginger ale, rye whiskey. Rye whiskey's probably that's a good go-to drink. All right. Even if the glass is not full, I think people are predisposed to these full drinks and overflowing, and you think there's more booze in it. Like, why? If you're making it at home, don't go overboard. If the drink's not full, it doesn't matter. It's more about it tasting the right way. Enjoy what you're drinking. Cut these. If you're entertaining or you got time to fuck around, I got these. Cut these lemon pills, just straight from the lemon. This one's cut with a knife, so I just kind of drop that guy in there and press it all the way down.
So that's just to add the flavor of the zest, correct?
Yeah, that's right. And then this, if you have a channel knife, like that's what these can do. Nice long lemon peel. This is all the way down from the lemon. It's all the way down just from the lemon, and yeah, it's just mostly for looks, and I'll show you what that's gonna look like. Always wash your fruit before you start using it. God knows who's fucking coughing on it and shit. This kind of looks like that. You can see that. No, it looks good. Take my word for it. I'm professional.
It looks great.
This one for Jester over here.
And so here we go.
Yeah, I should have went out there and visited you guys for this episode.
Yep. Well, when we can all get together and do the joint episode here, we'll see if we can get him back in studio so that the maybe the entire cast of Rice and Beans can join on and be here. It's all right. Let's give this a try.
So the good news of that, if I were to come out there and join you for the drinks, I've never thrown up from drinking ever. So there's a challenge we could try.
Nice. This is really good. I like this. This is really fresh and really smooth.
Yeah, and I like this drink a lot. It's just something good to just kick back. It's not a hard drink to make, and it's stuff that you buy this stuff in small portions. You can just have it around, and it fits with everything that you could possibly get. Everybody every now and then gets that bottle of something from someone who they don't know what to do with it. Like, this is a good drink. You just throw it in with these ingredients and it'll work. As I go along with the next couple drinks, I'll tell you, when you're buying, I'm using Justerini and Brooks. These bottles were $15 to $20. You don't want to spend any more than that. But if you do want to spend more than that, Shiva's is good scotch, mixing scotch. Let's see. There's things like Shackleton. Starting to get a little bit more popular as we go along.
That reminded me of the Beastie Boys, the Shivets in Water.
Yeah. So this is a Rob Roy, right? So this is kind of like a variation of a Manhattan. Use whiskey and sweet vermouth and a little bit of cocktail bitters. A little bit of cocktail bitters.
Little side story about that vermouth. That was like one of the last two that they had out, and it's a good thing I'm really tall because it was like way up on the top shelf and like pushed far back, and I'm like, oh, damn it.
You buy these in the smallest bottles you can find them, man. You open it up and it's no good in 7 days. Keep it cold, keep it capped, and keep it in your refrigerator. That'll extend the life. You get those wine pumps, that'll give it another couple of days. But really, I mean, this is my trade. This is what I do, and I can drink anything. So I have some vermouths where I just drink it on its own with ice, and I really like that. Jester put out this chocolate shit on the thing. So let's actually drop a couple of bar spoons in there. All this stuff you can just kind of wing it. If you find these wild ingredients, just think of things that you eat. Chocolate vanilla go together. Everybody knows that. But, if you're making a cocktail, ginger and lemon, you find that a lot of cooking. Blackberry and orange, just think about it. Like, somebody gives you a bottle of blackberry brandy. Like, what the hell are you going to do with that? Well, just find something that it pairs well with. And if it's sweet, add something that doesn't have any sugar. And if it's dry, add something that has sugar, right? So it's pretty straightforward there.
That's a great thought, because most people, when they're doing mixes, they don't really think that they could pair stuff just like food.
No, yeah, absolutely. Most of the time when I'm working on recipes for a restaurant or cocktail list, I take a lot of inspiration from food. You make drinks that have aloe vera liqueur, and you pair it with cucumber and salt, or you can make drinks that have soy sauce in them. It's a very savory thing, and basically, it is salt. Salt is bitters. It works kind of the same way. So you grab inspiration from a lot of places. And I think cooking is definitely a big one and an easy one, and people just kind of find a way to relate them together. Things like that Thai soup that has coconut in it, right? Coconut and ginger, that's a good combination. Pina coladas, if you're making that and you have ginger, throw it in there.
The beer tuxedo.
Write that down, kids. Write that down.
Jester's still sore about that one coming off the list.
Yeah, man. I used to go to his restaurant for their Sunday brunch, and it is kick ass, dude. Their spread is fucking incredible. And so he used to have this drink there that called the beer tuxedo. So it was horchata and a stout, right?
Yeah.
Really?
And so he would it was like a black and tan. So he'd float one on top of the other. But you would go to drink this thing, and it was great because you got that dark beer, that heavy, almost coffee tasting flavor, depending on what if they use a stout or a Russian Imperial, and then but with the sweetness and almost that froth of the horchata mixed into it, and it was fucking delicious, and then they fucking pulled it off, and I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm constantly harassing their restaurant on their social media every time they put out a drink. Bring back the beer tuxedo.
Well, now you can make it on your own.
I mean, the horchata was house made. We used kind of an expensive stout to do it.
What
But yeah,
kind
it
of
was, go ahead, go ahead.
was it? What kind of stout was it?
It was actually a coffee stout, and the brewery they use local coffee, so they always charge a little more for stuff like that.
So have you guys heard of Slater's 50/50 burger?
Oh yeah.
So they had a Guinness mint and chip chocolate shake that they had on their menu. Oh
Yeah.
my god, I had that like a million times. I had to
Yeah.
stop doing that. I gained so much weight.
Yeah, cocktail floats, beer floats.
Oh,
That shit's good,
so
man.
good.
Those are good. I think I had two things. Pistachio ice cream and mezcal. Never
Oh,
thought.
really?
That was amazing. Like, it's cool just to mix. Like, it's all affogato, right? A shot of espresso poured over ice cream. It's just kind of the
Right.
same thing, but with booze. But yeah, you can.
Right.
I mean, who gets it? Who has Bailey's and Kahlua and that the Mrs. Butterworth, the Frangelico, hazelnut liqueur. Like, people have that crap sitting in their cabinets. They don't know what to do with it. Put it over ice cream. If it's sweet, it'll work.
And after you're done drinking, you'll be beating off the Mrs. Butterworth's nice round hind end.
Like Big Mouth and the Land O'Lakes butter chick.
Does so much good for everyone.
I'm gonna put some extra syrup on this pancake.
Yeah, no, it Slater's is a trip. They always had a really cool drink menu, and that was the thing that I dug about going to mix it. The different restaurants that he worked at is that there were like a bunch of gastropubs in there, and the drinks were wild. Like it was great. Like it was a lot of these different ingredients. Like he was saying, like people are afraid to mix or afraid to start pairing things just that in the same way they would do with food. But it's basically exactly what they did at these places, and it was just a great fucking meal experience overall, because like the drink went exactly with the food that you were having. Like there were what was that one drink that you made with the elderflower and or elder bison and
That was at that was the Haven in Pasadena. Yeah, the elder bison. Wasn't my drink, but yeah, it had elderflower and rosemary. I think it was bourbon. I don't remember what else was in there. All kinds of crap. It was one of those.
You smell of elderberries.
One of those garden drinks.
That sounds delicious, man.
Yeah, a lot of these things were good, and then the food that the food that they had there, the gastropub food, and like I think from Haven, like for whatever reason, like the truffle fries and the burgers, I think were my personal favorites. Or like food wise, I tried the other stuff, like they had was it the steak bites?
Yeah.
So
steak bites, the steak frites is like small portion.
yeah, and so they bring it to you on a skillet, and it's like it's a really good steak, but it's cubed, and then they served over like their house potatoes, which were fucking really amazing. Like I've gone to like 5-star restaurants like in all different parts of the country that didn't have potatoes that were that good.
So what you're saying is you wake up every morning with morning glory, ready to shoot off a load, and you can't find those fries anywhere.
Right. That's what happens.
That's where you have to go.
All right, so Mix's got our next drink ready to go, and I'll let him talk about it while I show it off here.
All right, so it's a Rob Roy. It's equal parts of Scotch, sweet vermouth, cocktail bitters. I put a little chocolate in there just to, why not? Chocolate and vermouth go together well. So this is, really easy drink. Again, two ingredients. You don't have to have the bitters. You don't want them, but it definitely helps. And just ice, stir. You get creative with whatever glasses you have. And you don't have any, on a bar spoon or anything like that. You can just use chopstick. Anything that's flat just to stir. Strainers, whatever. Gets a little ice in there. You'll live. I use an orange peel to garnish it. Sometimes people like to do the cherries. Little jar of cherries. They're kind of expensive, like $20 for a jar. but I mean they're not like any cherries you ever had. So, cheers, Jester.
Cheers and thank you.
Cheers, Big O.
Oh
Fuck
man!
yeah!
Wow,
I mean, actually,
man.
I'm a little surprised it came out that good.
Looks delicious.
Just like we did last time, only better. This is flavor. Like just immediately as soon as you take a sip, you can taste every, and it's cool because you taste every little part individual. Like I can taste the orange, like I can taste the chocolate. It's smooth, like the sweetness of the vermouth.
So you didn't make the big announcement there, Jester. I mean, you got to tell everybody about the new flavor vision. They got to get their mouth right up to the screen when you put up that cocktail, so that way they can taste it.
You know, I'm 2 drinks in. That's probably why I forgot. But yeah, what he said.
Yeah, get your mouth on that, people. Come on, taste it. You can't live life without tasting it.
Here you go. Ready? Yeah, there you go.
All right,
it's fucking delicious.
Little beer chaser with that.
Excellent. So, well, since the next drink is a little bit more involved, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get into some random trivia, and this is where the drinking's really gonna start. So we're gonna have Mix It jump in with us, and he's gonna ask a question, and we're Big O, if you're down to do this hardcore mode, unless we get a fully 100% correct answer, we got a drink.
Okay, this is going to be like a beer fest thing where we're going to be fucked up because I don't think I'm going to get much of these correct.
I'm just glad I have the answers.
it'll make Drunk Shakespeare in the Park a lot more interesting at the end of the show.
We're glad you had the answers too, because if you got drunk, reading that and making the drinks wouldn't work.
No, it would not. I have had a lot of practice, so I'll tell you that.
Yeah, there was many a night where Cookie and I like spitballed material while Mix It was in his kitchen making drinks, and we just had the phone on the table and like recording, and so yeah, a lot like we said last episode is a lot of the show came up just from like us hanging out and just telling jokes and just the conversation flow. So basically what you hear on Rice and Beans is what the normal conversation was like. You can tell the kind of people that you're working with. So it's cool that like we can all still like do this together and still have these drunk shows and drunk moments, even with the pandemic going on. So a little fucking light at the end of the tunnel.
And with different people.
Yep. We're definitely glad to have Big O in the mix as fucking the meme generator and the master storyteller. Like it's, like it doesn't get much better than this. Most people have to pay for such a thing. I'm just letting you know you're getting this for free.
And you know what?
You're all
I
welcome.
couldn't be a master storyteller and the things that I do without people like Mark there. He mixes the best stuff. That's what gets people like me fucked up so we can tell shit like this.
Right. All right, so let's go ahead and get into some trivia. What you got for us, Mix It?
All right, first question. This is a good one. A law in Illinois prohibits men from doing what in public?
Jerking off.
There you go.
Having sex with donkeys.
Having an erection.
Well, I mean, mine kind of counted, but yeah, I guess we're hardcore mode. Cheers.
Yeah, we got one for the other.
All right.
What was Marilyn Monroe's natural hair color?
Red.
I'm
going to say brunette.
It was red.
That's Cookie's fault that I know that.
All right. Science one. Let's do some science. Where on the human body is the zygomatic bone found?
On the face.
I'm going to say the wrist.
On the face.
Oh!
This is actually a pretty good one. Who claimed
Oh, wait.
he
Sorry.
Who claimed he could drive away the devil with a fart?
Our grandfather.
Everyone with the last name Martinez.
I haven't a clue.
Martin Luther King.
He had a dream.
He did have a dream. Booze one. Check this. Let's do this.
True story. Our grandfather really did tell me he could drive away the devil with a fart.
You're kidding.
And he could.
Hold on one second. I gotta pop one up just in case I get this wrong.
Go for it.
All right. Next one. Booze question. What Benedictine monk invented champagne?
Arnold? I think he also won a duel.
Jester?
Shit. I could. Saint Benedict.
Wow. Answer is Dom Perignon.
Shit.
Oh, good old Don.
I know
Good
that
old
too because I
Don.
can see the fucking bottle. I just couldn't see the name.
Funny fact, he was the first Don.
That's right. Also, he did not. I don't think he invented it. He just took all the credit. Good marketing though. All right. An average person does what 13 times a day?
The average person?
Average person over the age of 14, I guess. So that eliminates jerking off.
Well, no, the first one is for health reasons. The other 12 are kind of just for me. It's fine until I try to like reach the door handle on the 13th one and like try to open it and I just kind of pass out.
The best 5 minutes of the day of your life. Jeez.
Let's
Sneeze?
laughs.
Sweet.
Oh, man. You're getting all these. Why are you getting me fucked up like this?
Do you not want to drink? Is that what's going on?
I never said that.
No, this guy. Just keeps getting them all right. He just is avoiding drinking.
I think he had a gander at that.
And what's dumb is that every time Big O takes a drink, I fucking take a drink too.
We're in this together.
Like a monkey see, monkey do. I already caught myself twice. Like I got the Marilyn Monroe's hair color, and I'm like, why the fuck am I drinking? I'm not supposed to be drinking. I'm supposed to wait.
You're drinking the Merkins.
I just the drink is really good, man. Again, the second drink that Mix It made, just the flavor of this thing is fucking incredible.
all these drinks too. Like I had. I'll cut to real quick. I had a social club seltzers, right? So these are formulated with like actual cocktails, and then they put soda water in it, right? And if you do that crap at home too, you make one of those drinks and put it into a glass, top it off with club soda, and drink it slowly. And then you have 3 drinks versus just one stirred one. And you can just drink for longer. Like that. That's actually that was the only. I mean, I hate that fucking pack was made by Anheuser-Busch, but those are probably the best seltzers that I've had, and they taste like cocktails. Actually, pretty good.
Seriously?
Yeah, no, they're good. Yeah, they're actually not bad.
Man.
The old fashioned actually tastes like an old fashioned, and then they have a gimlet and a sidecar, so it was like a brandy based drink and a gin based drink, and they're not bad at all.
So if
It's not Four Loko, and it's not Cisco,
Not White Claw?
not White Claw.
So you guys out there listening, if there's different liquors that you're working with out there that you like, that are your go-tos, and you want a way to spruce it up and do something different with it, send us your feedback on our social media. Get at us on Twitter. We got the website. You can respond to everything that's being posted on the website. You have to have a login, so it's free. We're not going to spam your email box with anything. We're probably not going to even acknowledge that you exist, to be quite honest, but you know how it goes. We're big time stars, blah, blah, blah. And so, but no, get at us. Drop us a note on social media. I have a post that I'm going to put up. Mix It made me a drink with this absinthe that I made. And I picked up 2 pouches, and it's like ready to go. So you just add your own liquor that you're going to use as the base, and then there's a pouch that is pre-made. I'll put the link to the people that sell the pouches of the absinthe mix. So it's all these spices, it's all ground, and it's ready to go. You basically just drop it into a mason jar in whatever alcohol you're going to use. So I got 2 of them actually. So we have another one to make come Christmas time.
Right on.
So, but it had a very it had a very pungent taste. Like it was a little hard to drink on its own. I still do it.
Tastes like absinthe.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
Do you pour it over sugar?
Oh yeah.
Actually, well, here's the thing. When I was popping the jar open every day to test it to see if it was ready, like, no, I was just kind of taking a tablespoon and like tasting it, and when I knew it was ready, like I had taken like 2 tablespoons and I hadn't eaten all day, and so I took 2 tablespoons, and I'm like 5 minutes later, I'm like, holy shit, I'm fucking buzzed already. I'm like, god damn. But it's really like pungent. But he made me this drink, so I'm gonna post it. I think it was the absinthe old fashioned.
Yeah. Yep.
So I'm gonna go ahead and post this. I'll post a link to where you can get some absinthe mix. Do you know any other places like that where they could just buy like a mix that they would just drop in?
I don't. I've ventured into things like that, making vermouth, absinthe, bitters. Like it's definitely a craft, and you got to really be into what you're doing, because that shit is boring. You fuck it up really easy. Hey, it's just like, is it ready? No. Come back tomorrow. Is it ready? No. Come back tomorrow. Fuck, it's too much. Start over. So it's nah. I mean, it's cool to do. They have some real easy recipes. If you wanted to do it, you don't have to spend a drop on bitters. Like, you can make it yourself. And most, like, you search for any Angostura bitters or orange bitters, and it'll get the recipes galore. And all it is vodka or some higher proof. I mean, you can use a colored spirit if you want. And then if it comes out too strong, you add a little bit of syrup, like simple syrup. And that's how they balance out the strength of it. But yeah, you can make cocktail bitters if you like. But absinthe, vermouth, if you're really into it, by all means, a little searching. There's people who like to do that crap, but I'm definitely not one of them.
Yeah, no, it's a specific mindset that it takes to do stuff like that. It's just like with like growing weed. Like, if you're gonna do it the right way and you're gonna do it, like with the science in mind, it's very, very involved. Like I grew. Fuck Checker and I used to grow. And, and it wasn't anything like extravagant. And it was, like for us and, for the friends and family that, wanted to, pick up. And so but, it was a lot of time and attention. And it was like, honestly, for the like 8 months that, it took to produce the one crop, it was like having another fucking kid. It was, constantly checking soil and like the levels of the plants, checking on the light, are they rotated right, do they have enough, are they getting enough air, how much fucking humidity is in the air. Like, it's a very, very involved process. So
do you have to talk to it?
They say that it helps, like
you pet it too.
No, but see, here's the thing is, when we were growing, it was during like season 1 of the podcast, so we just kind of left a speaker back there, and so like I was constantly like either editing and mixing, so it was hearing like some like really good jokes, like
a lot of really bad ones too.
Like, yeah, I mean, and that's just when Cookie was on.
And that's why it didn't taste like absinthe, because when you mixed it, it was pot.
So And for the mix it, so I was gonna ask for the cannabis enthusiasts out there that do enjoy a good drink, but also want to get some of their cannabis infused. What kind of like tips do you have for stuff like that? You know, like what's the best way, I guess, to take, you know, something like this where it's like, okay, here I have my flowers here, and you know, then I want to get it into a drink. Like, what's a good way to go about doing that?
Don't work with flowers. Buy wax and use that. Like that, it cuts all the work out. The wax, I mean, obviously it's expensive, but a little bit goes a long way. You put into vodka or something that's very high proof, like Everclear. Not only will it preserve it, but it'll stretch it out into solvent. So you can kind of do it like that, and then you can add, you know, sugar or whatever flavorings you want, or you can just start to work with it immediately. Just pour it into a drink, and but it's super concentrated. You know, you're working with getting the THC out of the flowers. You're gonna spend a lot of time doing it. You don't get very much, and it's not very strong. So I think that the wax into booze is probably a lot cheaper. I mean, in the long run, time wise, money wise. And then you know, again, it's ready to start working with, and you don't have to do anything else to infuse it. And if you want the flavor of it, by all means, you want to use the flowers. You can soak those in simple syrup and get the flavor out of it, but you're not going to get any THC out of it because it's oil. You have to dissolve it, so you're not going to get any you're not getting THC, but you'll get the flavor. So if you want it to taste like weed, you can make that happen. You can also use things like hops. You go to a homebrew store and you make a drink with with the oil, and then you can get some hops, put them into vodka, soak it, get the flavor out and the aroma, and spray it over the drink. And if you smelled fresh hops, some of them smell like weed. Like, it smells exactly the same. Cascade, stuff that grows in California particularly, all that stuff. It's just the same. So yeah, if you're gonna do that, like, I mean, if you want to venture out, like I just in reading it, how much I didn't even want to make that venture. Like, it would literally take you a ton of booze and a ton of time to get out something that was not very concentrated at all. So yeah, so work with the wax and put in and dissolve it in booze, and then just start working with it. It's a lot easier that way.
So given that I have a new batch of absinthe to make for Christmas, and this one is definitely more of like the spices that you would see in food and just smell around the house during like Christmas time with the Christmas tree up, and it's like a very like wintry, you know, like flavor set. So how does the wax react to it's like I was planning on using Everclear, just, you know, like the highest, you know, alcohol content that I could find. That way so does it impact how long the wax needs to sit in there, depending on how strong of alcohol you use?
No. Yes and no. Sometimes after a certain proof, it doesn't matter. It's all the same. You know, you want to buy Everclear, it's 151 proof, and that's about as strong as you can buy. Everclear is 175 proof, and it's the only one that you can buy that's that strong. The rest of them are 151. That's the most that you're allowed to sell in the States. There's a couple of different ways you can do it, but I think if you're using Everclear, that's probably going to get in a day, maybe hours. If you're using vodka, 80 proof, 40% booze, that'll take you a couple of days to make sure that it's completely dissolved and kind of integrated with the vodka or whatever spirit you're going to use. If you want to use absinthe, like that would kind of be the exception. I would use the flowers in that, because you're going to get the flavor out of it, and then you could add a little bit of the wax if you want. But if you're making a drink, something that everybody can enjoy, like not everybody does well with like edibles or things that you can drink. Like they're a lot more potent.
That's gonna make Christmas a lot more interesting, though.
That elf on the shelf's gonna be doing some traveling there.
And it was funny because Fuck Checker and I were talking about doing that one year. She's like, "Fuck it, let's just put some of our butter in the dessert stuff for Christmas time, and
don't tell your parents,
and don't say anything, and we'll just make it interesting." She's like, "You could use it for the podcast." I'm like, I don't think they're gonna want to like see brawling during the fucking podcast. I'm like,
Snozzberries taste like snozzberries.
yeah, exactly. Oh my god. All right, so we're gonna get a little trivia, a little more trivia going. We know we said we're gonna include you guys and get you guys drinking. We've been drinking a lot, but you've also been getting a lot of cool insider information from Mix It and how to spruce up your drinks. And this is really gonna pay off in the long run, especially if we do go into another stay-at-home order where we're all gonna be in house for months. The same drink gets really, really boring if you have it every fucking day. But now you
don't
gotta
want to get fucked up, people.
right. If you're gonna get fucked up, do it fancy. You know what I mean? Like, treat yourself. Why the fuck not? You know what I mean? Now, like, you don't have to leave the house. You don't gotta drive anywhere. Nothing's open. Like, so there you go. Fucking order some fucking DoorDash from me and Cookie, and use some of Mixit's recipes. Throw on some fucking rice and beans, and listen
Get
to
on
fucking
those assless chaps.
listen to Big O fucking tell his stories. Like, with your fucking drink and your food, you're set. So Mix It is gonna tell us about his next drink that he's gonna make for us, and we're also gonna, while he's doing that, Big O and I do have some trivia that we can throw your way. So I don't know, Big O or Mix It, if you want to get the ball rolling with a trivia question, and then we'll get into what Mix is gonna have us drink next.
Let's still go Big O. I don't want to
All
hog
right,
up the
all right.
mic.
What kind of bulbs were once exchanged as a form of currency?
Like bulbs, bulbs.
That would be correct.
I have no fucking idea.
Mr. Mixit, anything?
Is there anything other than a light bulb? Is there anything else? Use the word bulb?
There is a word. So it's not like having roses on your piano, but it's like having tulips on your organ. In Denmark, they use tulips as a form of currency.
So prostitution's been legal that
Down
long
that.
there?
Red light, baby, red bulb.
Red light district. All right. So Mix It, what do you got in the third drink?
All right, so the last one is not. I mean, it's not an easy drink to make. This is penicillin. You go to most nice bars. They know, how to make this drink. It's very like neoclassic. It's not. It's from Sam Ross from Milk and Honey, like early 2000s. And it if you're gonna make it right, and I was fortunate enough to see a YouTube video of this guy who made this drink, forever ago. And so I clearly remember exactly what he said to do. Then it cut to a couple years later. I went to go research the video, and it's gone. But by that time, it's on every craft cocktail list, fucking every bar you go to, and everybody knows it. So I probably took down that video because he knows you can sell, the thought to make it.
Good question. Does it kill everything in your body after you drink it?
Yes, yeah, you drink enough of them. Yeah.
Nice.
Good lead in. Let's see what you got.
All right, so the reason that it's kind of difficult is because you need to make ginger juice, which is not something that's very easy to make.
When a redhead kid jerks off?
Yeah.
Or actually, on Gilligan's Island.
Sorry, go ahead.
You can blend up some ginger with water and then squeeze it out. That's kind of one way to do it. If you have an actual juicer, you can run it through a juicer.
Which is the
to make
way I
juice.
watched Gilligan's Island.
You can do, every fucking mother block now has a juice bar on it, right? So just go buy ginger juice and put some sugar.
Look it up on the internet, people.
Look it up.
Write it down.
Write it down. And then you got so ginger juice. I use a little of agave nectar, and then some honey, and then just our blended scotch. And lemon juice, always fresh lemon juice. That's kind of makes this cocktail like bright. There's a lot of flavor in it. And I bought from my work some really nice, heavily peated scotch. And this is blended scotch. This is single malt scotch, and the quality difference is a head and shoulders above. So this stuff you use, drink it in your cocktails.
So when you said heavily peated, you mean from Ireland when they use the peat moss to make the Scotch, correct?
Yeah, Scotland.
Scotland. Sorry.
Scotland, right? Yeah, peat moss. Yeah, so that's what we use. And I got one Brook Lighty. It's Port Charlotte. Port Charlotte is the name of the booze, and it's from Milo. So this is a phenomenal product. So I got it all set to go.
All right. While he does that, Big O and I are gonna go ahead and hook you guys up with some trivia to drink to, and we're gonna go into hardcore mode. So Big O's got some just random trivia. I've got some movie quotes for you. So here we go with the trivia, and then we'll go ahead and get into a couple of movie quotes. Go for it, Big O.
Let's go. So, what planet literally rains diamonds?
Uranus.
Only on a bad burrito night. No, it's Saturn or Jupiter.
Damn it. Here we go. And I'm drinking absinthe, so this is like not me like pussing out on this.
I was going to say Saturn, so I'm not going to drink.
All right.
Let me do one more because this is a simple one. All right. Where is the Sea of Tranquility located? The Sea of Tranquility.
In between the legs of any chick I've ever cream pied.
No. The moon. So that would be Uranus.
All right. Here we go with the first movie quote. Lisa, I swear to God, I do not need this right now. Giant loud whistles. A judge that's just aching to throw me in jail. Not to mention your biological clock. All right.
So should I answer that? Or do you think
Go
you
for it.
don't?
Go for it.
My cousin Mitty.
Yeah. Good job.
My biological clock is ticking. Marissa Tomei.
All right. Here's another one. Take the test high, get high scores.
Okay, now I draw a blank on that one. And I just took a drink for the other question that I got correct. So I guess I'm going to have to take another drink. So
these for all you stoners in the house. Mix it. What do you think? Take the test high, get high scores. Stoner movie.
Okay, I got it. Half baked.
Yeah.
Nope.
No, that's not what I was going to say. High School High.
No. It was from How High? Red Man, Method Man. Study high, take the test high, get high scores.
By the way, I'm shaking up my cranberry vodka, tequila, margarita mix.
Nice. There we go. All right. So, thank you. All right. So while they're doing that, let's get another movie quote going for them. What do you mean I'm funny? Funny how? Like a clown? Like I entertain you?
Mr. Mix-It, you want to try?
Yeah, Goodfellas.
Ding, 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 ding.
Goodfellas.
Good answer. Good answer. That's the one.
That guy's a dick, by the way. Joe Pesci.
Really? You can tell by his sunny personality on the screen.
Yeah, I served him at a restaurant I worked at in Hollywood, and I said, I'm sorry, man, we don't have bottled water because we had one of those machines that purified it, right? It saved fucking recycling, whatever. And he tells me, what do you mean you don't have bottled water? I said, well, I said, sir, I'm not a clown.
That's awesome.
Nice.
So really quick on that note, I got a celebrity run-in that was similar. So I was working at the tech school that I graduated at here in Arizona, and the lady that was I ain't gonna call her Miss because she was young at the time. She was our manager. She took us out to this place called Houlihan's. It's since closed down. We're eating there, and she goes, "Is that who I think it is?" This is in '92. Okay, so this was during the run with the Phoenix Suns making the NBA Finals around that timeline.
Don't rub it in. We fucking remember. We're Lakers fans.
Yeah, I know. I don't rub it in because we lost like a fucking bomb. Anyway, so we're just kicking back and relaxed. She goes, "Is that who I think it is?" I'm like, "Who do you think it is?" She goes, "Charles Barkley." I look over. I'm like, "Yeah, that is Charles Barkley." She goes, "Go over there, get a signature." I'm like, "Why don't you go get it? You're a female that's blonde and that's by yourself. We're just your coworkers." She, "No, I'm too scared to talk to him. You go get it." I'm like, "Well, first of all, let him eat." Because he's talking to his manager. If we go over there and bug him, he's going to be an asshole. So we just sat there and just chilled out for a while, and they looked like they were capping it up. So I walked over there and I go, "Excuse me, Sir Charles," and he just kind of looked at me like, "Who the fuck is this kid?" I go, "Can I get your autograph?" He goes, "Yeah, it's not a problem. You sat over there and waited. I saw you. It's cool." I go, "Okay, cool." So he starts writing down. I go, "Can I ask you for one more favor?" He's all, "What's that?" "Can you give me 2 signatures?" He's all, "What the fuck you want 2 signatures for?" I'm like, "See that blonde over there? She wants your signature, but she's too shy to come over and walk." He looks over her, looks at me, looks at her. Seems like 5 minutes looking back and forth, and he finally looks at me and says, "What's she doing with your ugly mug?"
Yeah.
Followed up with an apology. He was just kidding, but it was funny as hell. It really happened.
That's way better than my last celebrity run-in. My last celebrity run-in was with fucking Bill Cosby, and
we all know how that ended.
with the raping and the fingering and the raping. No,
and the pudding.
And so I'm getting on this plane, right? And it's fucking the plane's already delayed, and I'm already fucking pissy because my company made me fly Southwest. So I'm already in a fucking bad mood. They gave me the middle seat, so I'm not looking forward to the flight at all. And all of a sudden, like, you're getting in the plane, and then you're in first class, and the fucking line stops. And, like, I see, like, a camera flash. I'm like, really? Fucking, you can't wait till you get to your seat to take a fucking selfie? Get the fuck out of here. And, like, people were like, come on. I'm like, man, hurry the fuck, why the fuck? Stop taking pictures, hurry the fuck up. The rest of us want to get on the plane. Yeah, well, I fucking go 5 more seats, and then I figure and then I saw why everybody was stopping to take pictures. Fucking Bill Cosby's sitting right there on the aisle seat, and I'm like, I look at him, he looked at me, and because he could, I'm sure he saw me, like, my fucking head's almost touching the goddamn roof of the plane, so I'm kind of hard to miss. So, like, I'm sure he saw me and he heard me, and then I get to him, and I look at him, he looks at me, and he's just kind of with this grin, like, yeah, they were stopping to take pictures of me, motherfucker, and I just looked at him, I'm like, well, shit. And I just, like, I looked at him, and all I said was, well, all right then, and then I just fucking kept walking. I mean, at that point, what are you going to do? I'm sure the man heard me bitching. Like, this is, of course, before all the fucking, the rape shit. Otherwise, I think everybody would just breeze right past him. Like, I'm sorry, don't fucking talk to me.
You could have done the Eddie Murphy thing. You can't say the filth, fire, filth, and the filth and kind of stuff. And you can't say, God damn it, motherfucker.
Because they wanted to see a good, wholesome comedian who didn't rape.
That would have been awesome. Great story.
All right, so Mix-It has come up with this other one now, and here we go.
That's pretty.
That's gingery.
Wow.
Yeah?
Yeah, that is, you feel it right,
Good
like, back here.
Is it like a warmth?
It's,
more like a burning.
Yeah,
I would
it is.
probably describe it as.
Yeah, it is.
I used organic. It's a good product.
No, it is good. It's got kick to it. So if you like spice, this one definitely is the way to go. The spices are they pop. Like, you know what I mean? You get that initial rush, and then you swallow, and then you feel that, like that chili flavor, like from, like, like a good, like a red salsa type. You know what I mean?
They don't call us Mexicans,
right? Man, this is wild. Thank you.
Damn good drink.
I think that's how Cookie describes it too. That wash feeling down the throat.
Good Mexican salsa.
Well, one of his favorite quotes is, "Thank God my throat doesn't have taste buds."
Or tongue.
All right, mix it. What do you got for us?
All right, let's see. Well, I like this one too. All right, in the French vineyards, it's illegal to do what?
Anal sex.
It's France. Are you
France.
sure you want to?
I'm pretty sure I want to say that because they do everything else.
Well, it's definitely not shaving their armpits. That's for sure.
How about surrender?
I'm gonna say you can't jerk off a goat.
Land of flying saucer.
What the fuck?
That's awesome. Drinks.
Cheers! Holy shit!
That's one you wouldn't think of.
Mm-mm.
Fuck me, man. All right, I'm gonna
What?
attempt to read this because this is a wonderful question. We should all know this.
Okay.
Okay.
Fuck shit.
It's also I should just drink now.
Take a breath. Take a breath.
Coprastophobia. Coprastophobia is the
Okay.
fear of what?
Coprastovia. Stophobia.
Spell it.
COPRASTASTAPHOBIA.
Okay, the booze are kicking in, so I heard blah 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 blah. Fear of Kalamata olives. Kalamata olives.
Fear.
That's a good one.
Like the fear of atmosphere or clouds or something like that.
Fear of constipation.
Shit.
I took my drink.
Zing! Zing!
You guys saw me. I took my drink already. I knew I failed that one.
Yeah, as soon as he said that we all should know, I'm like, let me just drink now. All right, Big O, what do you got?
Okay, I like to fit this one in. What was the first state of the United States of America? You should know this. Come on.
Gaseous. It's
Nope.
Maryland.
Mr. Mix-It. No.
Delaware.
Oh, you win. Okay. You got
Like
it.
That's one of those states people don't go to. I remember
That's
that.
right. Nice. You pulled that one out.
I'll
We'll
drink
take
anyway.
a drink anyway.
Like in Wayne's World, where they're like, I'm in Delaware.
Delaware.
Piccadilly Circus, the shittiest circus I ever been to.
Back to me.
Yep, back to you.
It's illegal in Georgia to do what with a fork?
Oh, geez. These are loaded for me, huh? Stab a raccoon.
Eat spaghetti on a Wednesday.
Eat fried chicken.
Fuck!
Oh, you were close, too.
Oh, I got another one actually here. This is good.
Go
It's pretty
for it.
good.
Go for it.
The first
hit
puck used in a game of ice hockey was made out of what?
Cow manure.
Yeah, I was going to say moose. Moose.
That's cow.
Oh, okay.
He did.
Well, either way, I
He did
lose.
look it up.
No, I used to play.
Oh. Wait. You used to play with cow manure or you used to play with a puck?
Both.
Yeah, those LA cows.
All right. This one should be easy enough. Let's see if you guys can pull this
Oh,
one
fuck,
off.
Not likely.
I'll drink now.
Not like that.
All right. What is the world's biggest island?
Australia.
Yep.
God damn it.
Mr. Mix-It.
World's biggest island.
Yes. Man, you got a good brain. Come
Hawaii.
on, make the cog work.
Hawaii.
No. Greenland.
Really?
Yeah.
How come
Everybody out there that's listening to this, take a drink because I know you didn't get it without looking it up.
the fuckers in the Philippines and India probably did? I was surprised that our reach went that far. We got people listening in India. Shouts out, Happy Diwali. I know it just passed, but
Thank you very much. Keep tuning in. That's very, very good.
okay. So, all right. Let's see. Let's bust out a movie quote for him. Okay. Something I heard earlier. That little guy right there? Nah. Don't worry about that little guy right there.
I need more. I know what that is. I've heard it before.
You're a sick motherfucker, Mac. Same scene.
I can't pull it out. The booze are working on my head. I do know that quote though. I do know it. God dang
That
it.
is Super Troopers when they're at the shooting range with the fucking bulletproof cup.
God damn it! I knew that. Love that movie.
All right. Here's the next movie quote for you guys, and this is one of my personal favorites. I want somebody good to plant that gun. I don't want my brother coming out of that restroom with just his dick in his hand.
God, what was that?
Gangster movie. Think gangster movies.
I was gonna say that it was a gangster movie. What was it? I can't even think of the stupid name that I'm thinking of. That couldn't have been the one I'm thinking of. God damn it. Okay, I'm out. I can't think of it. This stupid alcohol is stopping me.
All right, Mix It. What about you?
I got nothing.
That is from The Godfather Part 1, where they're talking about Michael going into the Italian restaurant and Sonny says to the guy, I want somebody good to plant that gun. I don't want my brother coming out of the restroom with just his dick in his hand. So that's when he's going to assassinate the cop and the other dude he's with.
Pacino, yes.
Yep. All right, let's keep it moving along with some movie quotes. All right, here's this one. You stuck it up your own ass.
Get him to the Greek.
No.
Me, myself, and Irene.
Yes. Look who wanted to come to the party. And then fucking Renee Zellweger from the next room. You stuck it up your own ass.
The reason I probably don't remember that is because of the breastfeeding scene.
That was insane. I was laughing so fucking hard.
All right, here I got a question here.
All right.
It should be simple enough, but it is history trivia. What is the first toy to be advertised on television?
A wood burning kit.
No, that was in the 1800s, but the first one.
Jax.
It was okay. I'll give you one more try. It wasn't actually a toy at the time. It was accessories.
Play-Doh.
Nope. One more try, Mr. Mix-It.
An accessory.
Mm-hmm. That made it a toy.
Dollhouse.
No. So they made a joke about it on South Park with the Mr. Hanky set. So you would grab your poo out and put hands and arms and eyes on it. It was Mr. Potato Head.
No shit. Wow.
You actually used a real potato back in the 50s when this came out, and you would put the accessories onto it to make Mr. Potato Head.
No shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that was a Mr. Hanky thing.
I had no fucking idea.
No, I didn't know that either.
Yeah, that's useless information that's stuck in my head forever.
When I'm on Jeopardy next time, I'll remember.
Right?
I'll take S words for 1,000. That's swords. Swords.
All right. So I got another one. Another movie quote here, and this one. All right. Let's see if people know this. I'm the dude, man. So that's what you call me, or his dudeness, or El Duderino. You know, if you're not into the whole brevity thing.
Oh, who doesn't know that? I feel bad for if you don't know where that's from.
You start off with the dude, you gotta know the dude.
Right?
I can't think of the stupid goddamn name of the movie.
Mix it, you want to jump in with the save?
Yeah. What? How we both blank? Big O did that to me. He did it. He fucking spoke it into existence. I had it in my head. I'm like, oh, that's from, and then he said I can't remember, and then it fucking left.
Okay, I
Big Lebowski. Jesus Christ.
Yes,
Big
there
Lebowski.
you go. There you go.
Yeah,
Ding, 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 ding.
Lebowski,
The Big
yeah.
Lebowski.
Save me from a drink, but I'm gonna drink anyway. I don't give
One of my all-time favorite movies. All right, here's another one from one of my all-time favorite movies. I know where the captain is from because I listen to everything he says, and I pick up on all the signals. Careful not to step in all the bullshit.
No, I can't pull that one out of my ass. All I'm thinking is submarine movies.
Close. World War II movie.
No, I'm blank.
Saving Private Ryan.
Yes.
Oh,
I knew it was. It sounded like a war movie.
Yeah, it's from when so they have the pool going to find out where Tom Hanks is from and what he did, and so the sniper is telling him he knows exactly where he's from and exactly what he did because he pays attention, he listens to the details, and then one of the dudes from the end of the line runs by and goes, "Yo, man, try not to step in all the bullshit," and he just keeps going by.
There's no crying in war. There's no crying.
That's that lump that's 3 feet above your ass.
Yes, that's some good peeing there. All right, I got one last question that's on my roster.
All right.
And you guys should be able to get this. If you don't get it, god dang it, you better drink. Which 2 U.S. states do not observe daylight savings time? I'll give you one.
Arizona and New Mexico.
No, you got one right,
God
so
damn it.
you're okay. What about you, Mr. Mix-It? You got to get the other one now.
But guess would be Alaska.
No, no, Hawaii. Take a drink, my friend.
God damn it. Oh, that's funny because one of the guys from the house band is from Hawaii, so he's probably gonna listen to the show. Go, you fucking idiot! How many times did I tell you there's no daylight savings here?
You fucking howly.
Yeah. So we're all drinking, and this is the time that about now when we're this is far into it, where we start to hang out with our friends, and we're talking about stuff that we used to do.
And see ghosts.
Memories that we had from drinking stories, and we call this one Blackout Memory Lane. So definitely jump in on the social media, comment on the post on the website. Let us know. We want to hear some of your blackout stories. Just send us, if you want, send us a video. It's Big O,
we know you
Jester.
got them. Don't lie. We know you've been there.
Send
We've
us-
seen you senior vajayjay out to everybody.
Come
on.
Exactly. Send us a video submission. Let us know what tell us some of your crazy drunk stories. Like, you got fucked up and this is what happened. Like, we've all got them, and so we're gonna get into a little bit of that right now. I think Mix It.
Of course, we're gonna lead off with Mr. Mix It.
Since you're the guest, we're gonna go ahead and we don't get to talk to you all the time. I was present for a lot of these drunk stories, so I remember them. But go ahead and.
There's Adam. Jeez, how much time you got? How much time left on this podcast?
Well, this is the special edition, so released once every so often. So we're gonna go over time. It doesn't matter. So
Whatever you got, just put it on the table, baby.
Let's get into the most memorable one you got, since you haven't been here in a while.
I think the best one was drinking a bottle. No fucking joke. A bottle of Jägermeister. And, whatever else I was drinking along with it. Cut to 2 o'clock in the morning in the shower, fully clothed, throwing up. Don't remember any of it. Don't remember any of it. That was a pretty good one. The story about driving down the 101 freeway, coming back from Hollywood, hanging out of the window while someone was driving probably 100 miles an hour down by the one curve that cuts through downtown right as you leave it, and almost falling out of the car. That was a great one too, when they had to describe like the panic on my face. I mean, I wish I could do it again, but that's probably number 2 for me.
What about the time you and Cookie came home with that fucking rodeo fucking sign?
Oh, that was a good one. I wasn't that drunk. I mean, it depends on what your definition of drunk is. Sorry, I'm a fucking band. Hit me. Rage Against the Machine is
yes,
as like forever one of my favorite bands. Bulls on Parade, one of my favorite songs. But Down Rodeo was an awesome one, and I'm listening. We're driving around doing nothing as we used to do a lot. And we play this song. I'm like, you know what? Let's go check it out. So we're driving down. I see what the big deal is. All those, all these stores that are ridiculously expensive, jewelry stores, like all these Fendi and Gucci and all. I mean, and it's 10 o'clock at night. There's nobody out there. And I said, man, that'd be awesome if I get to have this sign, the street sign, the Rodeo Drive sign in my room. So he was driving. I finished the last 3 beers that I had in 2 minutes. I need a little courage to go do this. So I jumped out of the car. We was parked around the corner, jumped out of the car, walked over to the sign, and just so you all know, that sign that's right there on the crosswalk, where you push the button, that sign is way fucking taller than you think it is until you're ready to jump up there. My original idea was to get the one at the top of the light. And I said, well, that shit's not happening. So I climbed up the pole, I grabbed the sign, and I was literally hanging from the sign, not being able to move it or budge it. It's fucking fastened in with steel.
Like a spider monkey you were up there, huh?
So I start shaking it around, wiggling it. The sign, And eventually we start bending the brackets, the steel brackets, and they're starting to give. I'm like, oh shit, here it goes. Like, this is going to happen. And bang, the fucking thing hits the ground, echoes down Rodeo Drive. You could have heard it blocks away. I'm like, oh, fuck. I throw the sign in the bush. I'm like, let's fucking go. And we run to get back in the car. We pull around. I throw the sign in the back seat, and we bust a bitch and head down, not to find 2 blocks over the fucking Beverly Hills Police Department. Was 2 blocks away. And I told Cookie, why the hell didn't you tell me that the police department was 2 blocks away? He goes, oh, I thought you knew.
It's okay. They were eating scones.
Yeah, right. I'm sure they were all asleep. But that was an awesome one. I carried it from house to house. I eventually got sick of it. I just threw it away.
Well, they don't eat donuts in Beverly Hills. They eat scones. They eat up-tempo
biscotti.
Stuff, so. Biscottis.
So I this is the night before Fuck Checker and I are gonna get married. We got married in Vegas by Elvis, and true story. And Mix-It was there. So the Canna Cook was there the night before. Mix-It got in the day of. So we're there Friday night, downtown Vegas. We're partying, and all these fucking everything else is closed basically. So there's the Glitter Gulch, which is the B-rate strip club at the end of the aisle there at downtown Vegas. It's not there anymore.
I'm talking gunshot wounds and stab wounds on these chicks.
Right.
C-section scars all day long.
I got a different story about that.
So we're there, we're partying, we're already fucking trashed, and apparently I got refunded on a lap dance, and I was also standing on top of a table drinking Grey Goose out of the bottle.
Wait. 1 second. How do you get a refund on a lap dance? I literally put 4 quarters down and got escorted out by the security guard there. And you got a refund?
So here's the thing, like we were partying, we were like, because like we were gonna spend a bunch of money like on a hall and a church and all that stuff. So all that money went to partying. So we bought bottle service, right? And like again,
It's like church.
it's like the B-rate strip club. It's so like bottle service is like $150, and we're like, you know what, fuck it, make it 2 rounds right off the bat. And so they were like shitting their drawers over this, and we're like dropping that kind of money at there. Like for them, like that's like what the fuck. And it's not even like a private booth, it's just the first booth next to the hostess where fucking where everybody's coming in, so you have more floor space to stand. So I get one of my friends a lap dance, and like the stripper is like, okay, yeah. She tells me, yeah. I'm like, it's for her, and she's like, okay. So they go over there to the side, and like I noticed that my friend is just sitting there, and the stripper's just sitting next to her, and they're just talking, and like a couple of songs are going by. I'm like, oh, maybe she's just waiting for a good song, and no. So like I walk over there, I'm like, so I tell my friend, like, what's the problem? And she was like, dude, she said that she's like not comfortable dancing for chicks and this and that and blah blah. I'm like, but she already took the fucking money. And she's like, here, just fucking sit there and get the dance, cause fucking blah blah blah, whatever. I'm like, dick, it was your birthday, that's why I was buying you the fucking dance. So like, under protest, I sat there and got a lap dance. And and then I guess these strippers weren't cool with each other. So like this one chick, I'm walking to the bathroom, and like she starts to fall, and I caught her, and so she didn't like hit the ground, and so I stand her back up. I'm like, you cool? And she's like, yeah, thank you so much. And so I'm like, okay, cool. And I had him pissed, so I fucking ran to the bathroom and then fucking come back. And she's like, thanks, that was really cool of you, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, that's cool. She's like, how's your night going? I was like, it's good, other than like I bought my friend a lap dance, and the stripper that I paid for didn't want to fucking give it to her because she, just because she was a girl, and like, she knew it was a girl to begin with, and she still took the money. And she's like, that's fucked up. Which one was it? And I was like, I don't want to start you trouble. And I was like, it was that chick right there. But like, whatever, dude. It's like fucking, she just did the dance for me and blah, 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 whatever. So she goes to the fucking manager, and the manager comes over to me, and he's like, oh, dude, I'm so fucking sorry. Like, she should have really said that she's, not comfortable doing, lap dances for girls before she took your money. He goes, where are you sitting? And I'm like, right there, the table, that table right there. He's like, the bottle service table. I'm like, yeah, we got a couple rounds and stuff. He's like, oh, dude, that's fucked up. I'm so sorry. He fucking gives me the money, the cash for the lap dance. And he's like, I'm going to have another round sent over to your table. I'm like, really? And so he's like, yeah. He's like, go sit down, and we'll bring some more drinks over for you guys. So we sit down, and they bring another fucking bottle, and they bring another fucking bottle of Grey Goose, and I'm like, oh shit. So like, we're partying still, and the things going, and at the end of the night, like apparently I was standing on top of a table, like I had like ripped the fucking the pour spout out of the fucking bottle and spit it out one of the strippers, and I was fucking proceeded to drink from the bottle while standing on the table in the middle of the strip club.
Great duck goose for you, huh?
Nothing like a wedding day hangover.
All right. Oh, do you remember that, dude? The fucking the day after the wedding? Holy shit. We have video of like, maybe we'll post some like small clips of me and Mix-It the day after my wedding. Oh, we were fucking annihilated. I have pictures of Mix-It riding one of those fucking those things that you lock the bikes up to, like, and it was in the shape of a bike. So Mix-It's on the fucking bike, like the fucking thing that you lock your bike up to, fucking riding, and I like shit like that towards the end of the night. So.
I almost made it too. I almost won it.
All right. So yeah, that was my my refund story. Big O, what you got for us?
Okay, well, I got 2. I'll try to keep them short and sweet and try to get into both of them because I like to get blacked out when I get drinking. So the first time when I was going to school out here, tech school, I figured, hey, I've been working my ass off. I've been taking care of my brother, who is a year and a month older than me. and I've been going to school and doing all this stuff. I need to drink. I need to get my drink on. So I bought like a 30 case of Budweiser. Come on, who drinks 30 cases of Budweiser?
Nobody.
Mexicans.
I did. Mexican that didn't have a lot of money. So we're drinking. We're having a good time. I bought me a fifth of Jim Beam, and I got some Jack Daniels. I said the Jack Daniels is everybody else's, Jim Beam's mine. I just like the sweet flavor of it at the time. You know, it's good. I liked it. So through the night, I'm drinking. I got to like 16 beers myself, and I'm drinking the. No, it wasn't Jim Beam. It was Southern Comfort. That's what it was. I apologize.
Ooh.
So I'm drinking the Southern Comfort. So I get down to the shoulder of the bottle, right? And I'm feeling good, like I'm feeling good right now. You know, I'm still lucid. I still know what I'm doing. Everything's cool. I got this shit together. So me and my boys, we got some girls over. We're having a good time. And for some god awful reason, I don't know why, this apartment complex that we're renting apartments in has white carpet. Why do you have white carpet for teenage people going into adulthood? You never have what. Thank you, Mr. Mix-It. You understand what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, Jester. God damn it. Why didn't I think about it? So I'm drunk. Okay. I'm starting to drink down the Southern Comfort. I get down past the shoulder in one shot. We're talking the shoulder of the bottle down to the very last sip of the bottle in one shot. I black out. I'm gone. I got this coffee table in my living room, and I decide, hey, this is a mess. I need to clean it up. So I put my arm on the table and swipe everything on the table onto the floor. Well, on the table was not only beer, used cans, but actually ashtrays with water in it that people were flicking their ashes in. So all that stuff's on the white floor now.
Oh, shit.
Oh, my God. I didn't care. I was blacked out. I didn't give a fuck. So I went face down on the floor after I did that. Next thing I know, I woke up having to go pee. So I had to go to the bathroom. I went to the bathroom. I asked one of my friends, hey, man, I can't hold my weight. You need to hold me. I need to go to the bathroom. So he's holding my shoulder. I'm trying to hit the toilet. He lets go talking to a girl. I'm starting to shift over like I'm in the sea, and I start tilting. I take a head dive into the bathtub. Stream is still going. I never cut stream. So it was in the middle. It started going on the back of the toilet, the wall, into the tub, all the way down the drain. So talk about 3 points for me. I made this shot.
You made it in a drain. It still counts.
It still counts.
Yeah, you made it.
I did not stop. I'm head first into the tub. I'm still going, yelling at my friend, you let me go, you let me go. Meanwhile, I'm relieving my bladder. It just didn't end. And then finally, after I was able to clean up and get up, I pass out on the floor out in the living room, wake up only to find one of my friends zipping up his fly, acting like I just sucked him off when it was just mayonnaise on my lips, and everyone's laughing. Then I passed out again, and then I remember the morning. So that was that good time. Let's fast forward to me going to Japan for work. I have our personnel that's telling me, hey, if you pass out, and by all means, he doesn't speak good English. If you pass out, you stay on the train station. Well, I found out later that on the train station platform, everybody passes out. Hard workers work at the work locations until about 8, 9 p.m. and then they drink, and then they go to the train station. And if they pass out, the cops don't even pick them up and do anything. They just let them sleep there until morning. So he says, "You're fat American ass. You sleep there." I'm like, what the hell? I'm Mexican. I found my way home. That night, I was 3 sheets to the wind. We were drunk. We were passed out. And this story goes on and on and on. There's a lot more fun to this story, but I'm not going to go into it. I find myself paying 700 yen to get a ticket to get on the train. I remember that. And then I passed out. I remember getting off the train and then going down 4 flights of stairs, almost falling head first down them. I remember that. Then I blacked out walking into the hotel. I remember... That's about as much as I remember. I got the key to get in the hotel, and I got to my room. I don't know how I got to my room, but I got to my room, and there's a little plastic lock that you put in the wall. That plastic lock allows you to have lights, TV, and whatnot. I put that in the wall, and then I passed out. That's what I remember. I woke up at 3 in the morning. Exactly. The window open, freezing in the room, the lights on, the TV on full blast, going, who the fuck is left the window open? Why is it so cold? Why is it so loud? Why are the lights on? What the hell? I'm gonna pee myself. So I walked to the bathroom, and the bathrooms are fully encased. I piss all over the place because I can't make it to the toilet by this time. I pass out on bed, and I wake up at 6 in the morning. So I wake up 6 in the morning, realize I pissed all over the bathtub. So I wash it all down because it's all encased. I get to the office where we were working through, and the ladies there were asking me, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, why?" Because you left drunk. I'm like, "Well, I'm still drunk. So what are you talking about?" We're talking Tokyo. So Tokyo has all these high-rise buildings, right? And they're all on springs. These springs are there for, earthquakes and wind and everything else. So the whole tower was just doing this all day long until I was ready to throw up. I did not throw up, but that day was horrible on a blackout. I'll tell you what.
I'm sensing a pattern with this tub pissing thing. I feel like there's more stories.
There is. I'm not going to go into it, and you hooked in on that. So good times.
Nice. So we're gonna go ahead and get into our final bit for the night, and since we're all good and sauced, this should be should be even better. Everybody knows that show called Drunk History, where basically you get a bunch of drunk people together and they tell a story about something that happened in history, an actual event. And then it just gets funnier and funnier as they go along because they keep drinking and they keep getting more and more drunk. And so, they tell the accurate story, but they're annihilated by the end of the time they get to it. So it's really funny. There's a lot of impromptu. So we sat here and we thought, like, fuck, what stories could we find that would be like, fitting for like our style of drunk history? And so we've come up with Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky, and the other story is about Sodom and Gomorrah. So
what could go wrong?
Right? I mean, we still have plenty of liquor here in front of us. Mix is still in the house.
Liquor in the front, poker in the behind.
Right. I'm, drinking absinthe. Mix it. If you can hook me up with one more just to keep the ball rolling while I tell my story. All right. So here we go. We're gonna get into this with a little Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky. So we flash back, and Bill's the president. Oh, I'm sorry, we're supposed to be doing this. This is actually Drunk Shakespeare in the Park drunk history. So, hold on, let me go ahead and get into Drunk Shakespearean moment. All right, here we go. All right, a little of the loudmouth soup.
Come on, get the sauce working.
All right, here we go. In the alabaster house atop the hill where the woman in the black dress resided, there once was a southern man who stuck his head out his door, looked down the long hallway, and saw Monica, this young woman that worked inside the house. And Sir William says, "You there, with a large posterior. Bring that posterior hither." So she walks down the hall. And she comes into his office, and he closes the door. Massive erection afoot. And she says, "Oh, Sir William, whatever shall I do?" And he said, "I don't know. Come, sit here on mine lap and tell me about the first thing that pops up." And so Monica becomes like really excited because she's like, this is the fucking president and shit. And he's drunk and I'm drunk and we're horny. And I'm young. What the fuck do I have to lose? And so she turns around and says, I have it. I know, Sir William. It is called a presidential. And so she drops down on her knees, right? And she's giving a blowjob, cradling the balls, doing the whole bit. And he's like, but Monica, you said this was a presidential. This just feels like a regular blowjob. Why is it a presidential? And he asked, she sticks a finger in his ass. And she said, that, Mr. President, is why we call this a presidential. And so now Bill's torn because he knows he's not supposed to be doing this, but he's doing it. And he's fucking enjoying it. Right? And the whole thing, like he's in like Oval Office, there's cameras rolling. He's gonna fucking watch this later and jerk off. The fucking first lady's not gonna hook him up like that. You've seen that bitch. Would you want to fuck her? They don't have kids, right? Like they don't. No, they have one. I can't, like, you know what I mean? I can't believe somebody fucked her once. Like it's. I'd rather stick my dick in a bear trap. You've seen that bitch. She's fucking ugly. No wonder he fucking cheated. And she was supposed to be the fucking president? Like, you can't even keep your fucking husband happy. You're gonna keep a whole country happy? Fuck you. Like, learn how to suck a dick right, and then maybe you won't have some fucking 20-year-old, like, fucking doing it for you. I mean, I know she hooked up with fucking, Epstein and shit, and, they had all those kids there. But I digress. Thank you, good sir. Since we're Shakespearean. So she continues on with her presidential. And Bill tells her, I'm about to come. Whatever shall I do? Oh, Mr. President, I want a keepsake of this moment, she says. So Bill pulls out and sprays it all over her dress. And says, there, now you have a keepsake to remember henceforth. Or whatever the fuck they say in Shakespeare. And so we have Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky. Fiend. So, hope you guys are enjoying Drunk Shakespeare in the Park. And by this point, I'm so drunk, I could really give two shits if you are or not. But, viewer ratings and sponsors and blah, blah, blah. You're look, you're enjoying the show, okay? Like, just go with it. You're enjoying the show. You're fine.
Finish licking the cat's butt. Get it done.
Like doing the fucking drunk eye mind trick. You are having a good time. This is the show you're looking
the sandals, for. Right, Mr. Mix-It? Come on.
That's right.
So we got one more drunk history story for you, and this one's gonna be like biblical times, so we're gonna go ahead and turn this one over to Big O.
Okay, so how do I follow up the Monica situation? Well, first I'd like to thank Mr. Mix-It for coming along and making his mixed drinks. They're wonderful. They're great stuff. Everyone try it out. And the reason for this thank you is because I've been drinking avidly from getting all this drunk trivia wrong, and I was able to pass a couple kidney stones. So, hey.
Hey.
Perfect.
You're welcome.
Thank you
Yes.
You're welcome.
There you go. Medical advice by Rice and Beans, ladies and gentlemen. Most people have to pay for such
when you have kidney stones, drink a lot of water or a lot of beer. You'll piss it out.
Right. That's what the doctor told me. I mean, at least that's what I heard.
Well, that's what I felt.
Every podcast saving lives.
There you go.
Giving
Mr.
back.
Got it on the head.
This got to come out. This has got to count as our community service. At least that's what I'm telling my PO.
You get at least 20 hours off of that.
Right.
All right. Let's go into this. Let's see if I can follow up Mr. Clinton and Monica Lewinsky. Let's go back in the dawn of time. Back in the day when God was rampant all throughout the world. We'll go to Sodom and Gomorrah. Why Sodom and Gomorrah, you ask? Well, because in the end, it hurts.
Zing.
So as he says, what is this stuck in my rear? 'Tis a probe filling evacuated space? Or is this immoral or wrong? Everyone shouts out, no, it feels good. Well, then don't stop. Go strong. As everything is going on in Sodom and Gomorrah, and we know what Sodom means. Sodomy, right in the ass. As it penetrates and pushes and thrusts and goes endlessly for everyone else to see. A shout in the back says, it feels so good. Stop. Go strong again. Oh, shit. God is stopping it. And see.
It's classic.
That was fucking beautiful.
A new classic.
Okay, if that didn't sound good, I don't give a fuck because I got beer in me, I got alcohol in me, I'm drunk. I thought it sounded good. I'll sound it later. No, I won't. I won't ever hear this again.
We gotta
Enjoy.
put this shit up as a side content. That was fucking hilarious. Good shit, man. Good shit.
Get a book going.
Right? That would be fucking awesome. Oh, there we go. Since we got Andrew Dice Clay coming up, I think we're gonna maybe have to bring back some fucking Drunk Shakespeare in the Park because we're gonna have the Dirty Limerick game. And so you get you get a little teaser trailer into what we're gonna do later in the season. We're probably gonna make that the halfway mark. So when you see the Dice Man as the featured comedian of the night, we know we're halfway through this, and we're gonna keep going, and we're having a great time doing this. I want to say thank you to Mr. Mixit for being in the house, making all these great drinks. They were fucking awesome. We are going to be posting more of his recipes on our social media, so that way you guys can see what goes into these drinks, how to make them for yourselves at home. So, with that note, until next week.
If 2020's got you down like a big shit on your crown, just look for a pick me up with rice and beans in your cup.